Self-managed superannuation is an exciting area in terms of financial planning. It may or may not be appropriate for you, but if you are interested in investigating it, we can certainly help you. Many of our clients with larger superannuation balances find that they can save fees by utilising self-managed super funds, but that's not the only reason to investigate it. There is a lot of flexibility available with self-managed superannuation. There is also a lot of responsibility. As a member of a self-managed super fund, you will also need to be a trustee of that super fund. So all members are trustees, and all trustees are members in most instances. So you are able to utilise all of the tax benefits of superannuation, which includes the fact that when you're over 60 especially, it really is a tax-free haven. If you're over 60 and drawing an allocated pension, for example, from your self-managed super fund, that pension is coming to you tax-free. The earnings within the fund would be tax-free, and even if you're buying and selling assets like property, there would be zero capital gains tax in that instance. There are a lot of rules and regulations, and you need to make sure as a trustee that you are meeting all of your obligations and satisfying all of those laws, because the penalties can be harsh. So we work closely with you to make sure that you only jump into self-managed superannuation if it is appropriate, and that when you do, that you're making the most of all of those available rules. You can purchase direct shares, you can invest in term deposits, you certainly can invest in property also. In the last few years, it's now become legal to borrow money through your super fund. So what some of our clients are finding is that this is appropriate then to allow them to buy property, for example, where they may not have enough money in their own super, but with some borrowed funds, they can. The structure required is somewhat complicated, but we work with you to simplify that, and by setting up a special trust, you can, in that instance, invest in property. You can invest in residential property, you can invest in commercial property. As always, there's many rules, so things like the sole purpose test come into play. If you do invest in a residential property, you're not allowed to use that property for your own benefit at this stage. The sole purpose test reminds us that the purpose of the superannuation is solely to generate funds for your retirement. If you own a business property currently, there are ways even to transfer in business property into your super fund if that's appropriate. So I'm just explaining some of the available options. There's a lot more to it, and I look forward to meeting with you and investigating it from your point of view to see whether it's appropriate or not. Please book a meeting with us soon.